Hello people, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Hope you're having a great day today. We are back with another video, and what a great video to do. Finally, we're in a final, and now we're gonna have to face City to win the Carabao Cup. They destroyed Newcastle today. They destroyed Newcastle the previous game. Two-leg game, and they were definitely the better team. And I just gotta say, we finally know who we're going to play against, and that's something that we knew as fans. We were going to face Man City as soon as they won the first game. So very nice to see that this is going to be part of a rivalry for the season. We got to say that we tied the first game against them at home 1-1, and now we are possibly going to have to face them in 4 more games, because we are playing the final next month, and then we're going to play against them on April. In April at the Etihad, and we might face them in the Champions League as well, 2 games. So let me just show you right here. Moving on. This is how the situation is in the Champions League. So basically, it depends on how the brackets go, but Man City can play against Real Madrid or Benfica. It's between Man City and Sporting to face one of those two. And also, depending on how the situation goes, we might be on this bracket again, waiting for Dortmund and Atalanta. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about, but yeah, waiting for Dortmund and Atalanta. And then, if everything goes according to plan, we might have to face Man City before the semi-final. This is the quarterfinals, yeah. So, it's a possibility that we might face Man City in the quarterfinals. And, yeah. We might have to just deal with it. It's going to be such an amazing final, the one that we're going to face against them here in the Carabao Cup, and it's just going to build up for what might happen in the season. We don't know if we're going to face them in the quarterfinal yet, but if we do, imagine the mentality of our players and their players if we beat them for the Carabao Cup. Then we're going to have to play another 3 games, 2 in the Champions League, 1 at the Etihad for the league. And it's such a great competition to see between 2 teams. Now, what do we need to do? We need to build from the Carabao Cup. That's why I was talking about yesterday that this Carabao Cup is the most important trophy that we could win, because this is going to build up for further trophies. So we don't know as well how everything is going to go for the FA Cup, so we might have to face them there as well. So they are second place in the Premier League. They tied at the Emirates. So that's an unfortunate situation. We found a way to score a goal against them at the dying moments, and we tied the game 1-1. Now we're going to face them in the final of the Carabao Cup. If we beat them, that's going to build up for every other competition that we're going to play. And I'm talking about when we face them in the Champions League. If it happens, we're going to build up from the Carabao Cup. If we have to face them in the Premier League at the Etihad, and we are, not that there's not such a gap between us, well, we have to build up from the Carabao Cup. We have to build up from those Champions League games if it happens. So that's such a great thing, and that's why we need to compete for every single trophy. People, I'm talking about, this is the season that it's looking like we can win every single competition. And I gotta say, give him props to Mikel Arteta, because his mentality, the way he wants to be the center of attention, because that's the truth. Mikel Arteta, he wants to be the center of attention everywhere, like at the club, social media. He wants to be the center of attention. He wants to be in the story of the club. He wants to be in the history, of the club. He wants to be in the history books. Like, he wants to be talked about when it comes to managerial achievements. And being able to win every single competition, just a few managers has done that. Like, I think Pep Guardiola did it on the history books as one of the best managers ever in world football, history of football. He wants to get that. And imagine if he does it for Arsenal. That we're not a team that has won the Champions League before. We're a team that has not done too many achievements internationally. And in the Premier League, we haven't won the league twice in a row. Like, imagine doing a double after almost 20 years of trophy drought. 20 years of trophy drought in terms of the Premier League, but imagine if he does it. That's going to be great. And he wants to be in the history books doing that. So I just got to give props to the guy. This season, the approach that he made for the team and for the players, and I know that the game management sometimes is lacking from him, like more character, and also the way he manages the minutes of the players, in my opinion, is not good enough yet. Talking about Eze, talking about Gyökeres, talking about Gabriel Jesus coming into the team, Noni Madueke, for example, Norgard again. I think that they could get more minutes, but we cannot disregard the fact that he's done a good job in terms of points this season, in terms of competing for every single trophy that we can possibly win. And in the Champions League, he has been amazing. He's been like perfect record. I know the last game we conceded 2 goals against the worst team in the league phase, but still, we won the game perfect in the Champions League. We beat Bayern Munich. We beat Atletico Madrid. So that tells you that our record is amazing. And that this season, the attitude is different. The approach is different. The players, they're hungry. That's great to see. So, this Carabao Cup, if we beat Man City, because we're competing in every single trophy against them, that's going to be such like a rocket sign for us. It's going to be such a push and such a happiness from the players, and it's going to build the base for what we want to achieve this year. If we are, depending on the brackets, if we face Man City in the Champions League, imagine the thought process of those players and our players having to face the team that we beat in the Carabao Cup, and they having to face the team that beat them in the Carabao Cup. And then that's going to translate into the Premier League. When we go to the Etihad, what type of attitude are we going to bring to this team? It must be like grabbing by the throat, that Man City. That's what I'm expecting on April when we face Man City away from home. That we're going to grab them and let them know that they are the second best team. That we're going to beat them at the Etihad. That's what I want to see. And imagine if that happens because of that domino effect of us beating them in the Carabao Cup. That's amazing. And if we face them in the FA Cup, that's another story. That's another trophy that we can get. That's mentality. That's gonna build into the mindset of those players. This season, Man City is beatable. This season, we can destroy Man City. We didn't do it at home, unfortunately. We have to do it now. It's the time to do it. Pep Guardiola is a guy that hasn't won against Mikel Arteta at Wembley. The only trophy that Mikel Arteta won, which was the FA Cup, was because we beat Man City in the semi-final. And Pep Guardiola knows that. He has that in his mind. So it's time for us to build that momentum, to keep that going, to keep that record against Pep Guardiola. Mikel Arteta knows that the approach is going to be different. It's a final, first of all, and then Pep Guardiola has not beat Mikel Arteta at Wembley. So it's going to be something that he's going to have in mind, and Mikel Arteta has got to do something about it to beat Pep Guardiola. So I know the players and the manager has that in his mind, and hopefully that's going to carry on to just be able to beat Man City. I think this is a final that we are going as the favourites. I think we're going to beat Man City. I think we have every single... players are coming back. That's a great thing. Of course, Saka injured. That's unfortunate, but I think he's going to be ready for that game. And talking about attackers, we got Havertz back. Gabriel Jesus is back. Like, we just recovered from every single injury that we had this season. of course, the setbacks of Bukayo Saka and Mikel Merino, but I don't think Merino is going to be like a pivotal point on us winning the season, winning trophies this season. I think he's done a good job, but it's not like if Declan Rice got injured, for example. And we do have Miles Lewis-Skelly who can play as a defensive midfielder to replace one of those guys playing in that area, Zubimendi or Declan Rice. I think he's got the quality to play in that position and just deliver for those two that I just mentioned. But this is the most important trophy, people. I think that my point was clear enough. The most important trophy, because if we beat Man City, it's going to build up for other competitions. That's going to be at the back of the heads of the Man City players, of Pep Guardiola as well. We can just shoot them directly where it hurts. If we beat them for a cup at Wembley, and they still have to face us in the Champions League and the Premier League, that's going to be a worrying sign for Man City. And it's going to be such an advantage for us. Mentally and physically, the players, the approach that they are going to have is going to be better. They're not going to be like with that pressure of we cannot beat Man City. No, people, we can do it. We did it in the final of the Carabao Cup. You just have to do the same things. We just have to play a little bit better, but we already beat them. We already won a trophy against them. We can't do it this season. That's the mentality I want from this team, and I'm expecting a win at the Carabao Cup. I'm expecting to see a team connected. You know, the light bulb that Mikel Arteta was talking about at the Amazon documentary. That's what I'm expecting to see from this team. I'm expecting to see everyone connected, everyone clicking, and winning the competition that we have right now in front of us. The first trophy we can win this season, the most important trophy, because that's going to carry on until the end of the season for every single competition. And it will be amazing. If we win this competition, I'm going to seriously think we can win the Champions League. That's what I want to see, a mentality, a big club mentality from this club. And I'm looking at it right now with the manager, with the players. And we also have to say we've been lucky, thankfully, because the other teams are dropping points in the league. Finally, everything is going according to plan for us. Finally, the team is being lucky when they need to, is being great when they need to, is getting points when they need to. That's what the team is doing right now. It don't matter if it's because of an own goal, if it's because of a corner kick. We are finally winning games. We are finally getting the points when it matters. And yes, we've had setbacks, but thankfully we've replied well, and also the other teams have dropped points in the Premier League. So hopefully this is going to be the season. I won the Champions League, I won the Carabao Cup, and I want to carry that momentum until the league ends to win the Premier League. So I'm not going to say we're going to win every single cup we're competing for, but I do want the Carabao Cup, I do want the Premier League, and I do want the Champions League. And this competition, that Carabao Cup final, is going to let me know if we're ready to win the Champions League and the Premier League. Especially when you're facing a direct rival for all the competitions you're playing. So, very good to see, people. Hope you have a great day. Just wanted to touch on that. Great thing that we're in a final. First time in a long time. And hopefully we get a trophy. So, yeah. Hope you have a great day, people. Enjoy your time. And I'll see you in the next game. Bye-bye.